Welcome back to another PowerShell video. Today we're going to have a bit of a deeper dive into database grids. They're called DB grids. They're not actually reading from a database, you're just populating them with data. We've covered this in a previous topic, but we're going to go a little bit deeper this time. So previously, we've also covered the dialog box, the open dialog box. So I'm not going to go into any great detail of that. The create form as well. I'll skip over the bits that we've done before and just go through the new bits. So I'll play this program now. We'll load the users up there. This is just loading from a CSV file, and as you can see, there's 3 rows within the CSV file. I'm going to click check on these, and it's basically checking to see if they're a valid user or not, a valid email address or not. And the way that it's doing that is checking if it's got the @ sign within the middle of it. So let's see how we do that. The create form, we'll whiz over the bits that we've done before. So basically we're creating the form, we're creating the data grid view there. We're specifying the name, age and email, and we're setting them all to the middle. This bit's a new bit. We're going to create a database view button. So that's of this type here, data grid view button column. And we're going to have the text to say check, which you saw on before. It's going to be named it as button, and use column text for button value. We're going to say yes to that. And we're going to give it the cell clicked as the event that we're going to run, and a little ... so it just shows the ellipse within that as the text. Next we're going to create the database grid view check. So this is basically the data grid view check box column, bit of a mouthful. We're going to set the text to invalid user, we're going to set the width to be in 170, and then we're going to add to the database grid view the button and the checkbox for that, and then we're just going to auto size everything within that. So we're just going to loop through all the columns and auto size all the cells, and then we're going to add it to the main form. The next bit is just the button load file. The load file part, I'll briefly go into that even though we touched on it last time. All this is doing is loading a CSV file. So you're creating the open dialog, you're passing it the file name that gives you, picking up the accounts and basically loading them through. This bit here is loading them into the database grid as you saw before. The interesting part, of which I'll put a breakpoint on, is this bit. So we're basically checking that the value matches the @ sign. So if I press play again, load the users up, and you can see the 3 users there. First one we'll check to see if it's got an @ sign in it. So it's checking that value there. So you can see it's the email and it does have an @ sign within it. So we're looking at the row index and cells too. So we're basically picking out which value that we want, checking that it matches, and it should do. So if we hit F10, it'll go into here. We're going to set the value to false for the checkbox, and we're also going to say that it's green. So basically no tick on it and it goes green. So we go back to my program. That's the first one done. This one, obviously you can see that it doesn't have an @ sign within it. So you can see that there straight away, because the value didn't match it, it's no @ sign within it, and it's jumped straight to setting that to true, setting that to red. So press F5 on that. And again, we'll test with this one. And we can see that's green and dropped out of the if statement there. So that's it. So quite simple. We're just checking that the values match an @ sign, and if they do, we're going to colour it in green, and we're also going to set the tick box to being ticked or not. So a little bit more functionality for database grids. So that's the end of the video. So I'll see you next time.